Hi there. Happy July 4th, 2015. I'm here in New Hampshire on US 302 in Crawford Notch, just down the road from the AMC Highland Center, and I am here to attempt a double presidential traverse here in the White Mountains. So what is that going to include? Well, it's going to be, I'm going to include Webster, Jackson, Pierce, Eisenhower, Franklin, Monroe, Washington. I'm going to include Clay in there, and then Jefferson and Adams and Madison. And then all the way down Madison via the Daniel Webster Scout Trail to Route 16. So that'll be one way, and then I'll turn around and go back over. This is the third double traverse of the Northeast that I've done this summer. I did a double traverse of the Devil's Path in the Catskills on Memorial Day weekend, and I did a double traverse of the Great Range in the Adirondacks on Flag Day weekend. So now it's July 4th, and I'm doing the presidentials. So the whole reason I'm doing this is to raise money for a scholarship fund for Taylor Dugan. And if you want to know more information about that, depending on when you're seeing this video, that fund could still be up and running. You can learn all about Taylor and why I'm doing this and everything. It's partly in memory of my parents as well. So it's 7 a.m. Not the ideal start time. What happened was I was in Colorado this week, and I left Colorado, flew out yesterday morning, and I didn't get home to Albany until, because of some delays, missed my connecting flight because of the delays. I didn't get home until just after 9 p.m. and I didn't get here until around 4. So I was just really tired. So I needed some sleep. So I took some sleep, and this is not the time that I would prefer to start this. And I'm also pretty tired from a long week in Colorado, plus just the drive out here. I'm not as well slept as I'd like to be. I've been training for this for a long time. And I didn't imagine doing it under these conditions, but this is what you get. The way I'm choosing to do this is without the support of the AMC huts. The huts are kind of sprinkled along the presidential range, and you can resupply, buy some Cliff Bars or whatever, get some water. The only thing I'm going to use them for potentially is to use the bathroom, because why, put your waste on the ground if you could, use the huts. So, but I'm carrying all my own water. I got a full Camelback, and I'm carrying all my own food, just the way I'm choosing to do it. Yeah, I'll just be checking in at some of the peaks, and enjoy the ride. Here's the top of Webster. It's been an hour and 11 minutes. It's 8:18. There's the rest of the presidential range. Jackson, Pierce, Eisenhower, Monroe, and Washington up there. And then the one kind of poking up over there is Jefferson. So that's where I'm going. Doesn't look too bad. Not a whole lot of up and down like the Adirondacks and Catskills. Just long. The pack's feeling pretty heavy this morning with this full Camelback of water and my water filter. But in addition to that, I've got layers in case the weather turns on me. Up on Washington, I've got a fleece layer, soft shell jacket, hard shell jacket, and some hard shell pants. Plus I have a little emergency bivvy, which I always carry in case, I need to descend or I need to try to get some sleep or something. So, yeah, slow going right now. Not exactly what you'd call fast and light, that's for sure. Here's Jackson. See the presidential range there? It's 8:56. It's been 1 hour and 50 minutes. Next, I gotta drop down in to the Mitzvah hut, and then I'll be able to join the Crawford path, which is the Appalachian Trail, and where some people start their presidential traverses. So there's the mitzvah hut. It's the first one. Here's the summit of Mount Pierce. You can see the USGS marker there. It is 9:51. It's been 2 hours, 45 minutes. Next up is Eisenhower. Alright, here's the junction joining the AT, Appalachian Trail right there. So you can see Washington up there on the top. Coming off Eisenhower. It's been 3 hours, 22 minutes. It's 10:30. Moving really well. There's a lot of oxygen down here compared to those 14ers I was doing 3 days ago. So yeah, just moving well. We'll see if my legs hold out with this pace, but I feel in control. I'm glad I slept in my car, even though I'm gonna hit, you know, daylight higher up or nighttime higher up. I'm feeling good. Welcome to the yellow brick road that is the Appalachian Trail, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not complaining. I'm moving real fast on this compared to the Adirondacks. This is like, I don't know, sidewalk. I think this might be Franklin. It's a little kind of, you know, little spur loop off the main trail, and that's Monroe. But it's possible that's Franklin too. If so, I just did that little offshoot for nothing, but just be safe. I don't want to miss any of them. Here's Monroe. It's 11:17. It's been 4 hours and 10 minutes. Someone left their probably expensive bag of trail mix there. I'm trying to decide if I should pack it out. I'm hoping maybe they'll come back for it, and I don't know if I can spare the weight, and maybe someone will find it and need a snack. So hopefully they'll be on their way back, and they'll get it. Usually, like, whenever I see trash, I pick it up, but in that case, someone might be looking for that. That looks like about $10 worth of trail mix right there. Behind me is Lake of the Clouds hut, and above me is Washington. It's been 4 hours, 4.5 hours. I'd like to be up there by 5 hours, 15 minutes. It's a mile and a half. Let's see if I can do it. Alright, up here in Washington, I did it in it's 5 hours, 8 minutes. It's 12:15. I'm making really good time. So that's the summit there, and because of the COG, it's pretty populated up here. I'm not going in the hut, that's cheating, but it also doesn't count unless I go across the summit. So I'm just gonna kind of photobomb these people. I'm just gonna walk right across. Alright, it's the summit. I'm just walking across, guys, sorry. Alright, technically I summited. I'm gonna do some quick foot maintenance. There's Clay, Jefferson, Adams, Madison, then down, and then back up. Ugh. Here's the Great Gulf Wilderness down below me. There's like Lake Spalding, I think it's called, right there. And done some camping down in there. Great place to camp. And the Great Gulf here is just one of the most beautiful places in the Northeast, in my opinion. What do you think? Especially like when the I was gonna say dust settles, when the clouds and the mist, the fog, whatever, kind of settles down into the Gulf. It's an awesome place to be. All the smart people are down there, because clay here is optional. One of the lesser presidents and one of the lesser peaks, but trying to give President Clay some love this 4th of July.
So I don't know if this is the summit of Clay. It might be because I see some sort of marker here. Or if that was the summit. That one looks taller from here, and this one looked taller from there. But either way, Clay's done. Next is Jefferson.
Where should I go ahead? So it's back down to...
Okay, so that was Jefferson. It's 2:10 p.m. It's been 7 hours and 4 minutes. Next is Adams. We're done with the southern slave-owning presidents. Now we're headed up to a true New Englander, John Adams. Okay, here's Mount Adams. It's 3:07. It's been 8 hours and 1 minute. I just got Madison left, and then I'll have the first half of the traverse done, and then all the way back. I decided to add John Quincy Adams, of which there is no trail up here, but technically he was a president, so a double presidential traverse should include JQ. Sam Adams, which I believe is that little bump, I did not include because he wasn't a president, so sorry, Sam. There's the Madison hut down there, and I would love nothing more than to go in there and see what they got, like some Gatorade or some sort of sweets, something sugar-based. Here's Mount Madison. It's the last one of the traverse. It's 4:06. It's been 9 hours. So now I have to drop back to Route 16 and then do it all over again. So you can see the Great Gulf in the background. Good day so far. So here's the real crappy part about the double. I just came from there, Madison, which is 5,366, I think, and I have to go all the way down there. I don't know if you can see the road. That's Route 16, because the double doesn't technically count to me unless you climb each mountain twice. So the road is at about 1,000 feet, give or take, on the map. So that's, more than an 8,000 foot trip from top of Madison down and then back up, which, blows. But what are you gonna do? Whoa. So I had the brown urine, which is a clear sign of dehydration. So I stopped and pumped a full Camelback, and I've just been sipping on that. And I know the next step, if I didn't hydrate, the next step is blood in the urine. That happened to me on the Great Range. I don't want that to happen to me right now when I've still got the whole second half of this to go. So I'm trying to come in at 11 hours or just over that for this first half, and I will check in, of course, when I get to the end there. So one half done is the halfway point, because it doesn't put you right down at Route 16. It puts you down inside of, I think this is part of Dolly Cop Campground, Hayes Cop Homestead. So little campground. Through here, and then Route 16 is off that way, and you can see the sign for Daniel Webster Scout Trail. So we're halfway done. Let's check the time. It's 6:23, and it's been 11 hours and 16 minutes. So just over 11. That's good for me. I'm happy with that. That's textbook for me. I mean, I usually don't do over 2 miles per hour like that, because I think that first, the whole traverse is 24 miles. So, and I don't know the elevation, and actually I don't even know the real mileage. I really do have to check based on my variations and everything, but of course I'll do that at the end, as I usually do. We'll go over it. So I'd love to be done, but I'm not. I'm only halfway done. So I need to get back up there. I want to get back up before it gets too dark, and I'd love to sit down and do some foot maintenance, change my dressings and stuff. do a little gold bond, but I want to take advantage of the sunlight while I can. So the plan is, once it's full dark, to slow down. I've been moving pretty good today, pretty fast, but I'm going to slow down just because I'm, getting tired, but also for safety. So I'm not going to be pushing it speed-wise. And I'm actually looking forward to that, just kind of relaxing, going along. I hope the weather's good. That's another reason for me to try to get up above the tree line before it's full dark so I can kind of look around at the weather, see how it's looking. I hope I see some fireworks tonight. That'd be pretty cool. Well, it appears my plan worked to get up here before full dark. It's 8:18, and you can see, this kind of terrain at nighttime, trying to make your way up to the right spot could be a little bit problematic, just because it all looks the same, and there's cairns here and there, but at night you might not be able to see them. So I feel good that I was able to get back up here. Still got a little ways to go, but man, what a haul. Once this part is done, once I'm back up on Madison, that's going to be a huge boost, because the hardest part of the whole double will be done, and that's the 8,000 foot exchange between Madison and the road. Whew. Weather's looking pretty good. I'm on my way up Madison here again. See some clouds forming on top of Washington there. That'll be fun to make my way through later on when it's dark. So hopefully it's not too bad. Back up here in Madison, it's been 13 hours 56 minutes. It's 9:03. So here's a look. I think it's time for the headlamp. John Quincy again. It is. It's 10:40 p.m. It's been 15 and a half hours. Next is Adams. Here's Adams again. There's the sign, proof. 11:06 p.m. 16 hours. Man, that was an ordeal coming off of Adams. Got totally lost. All this fog came in. Weather's still good, I'm not getting a ton of rain or anything like that. No lightning, certainly, just this fog. Had a really hard time getting off of Adams. Was walking around it for probably like the last hour at least, but I finally found the Gulf Side Trail again. Alright, I'm on Mount Jefferson. You can see the sign behind me. I just got to pop up to the actual summit right behind me. Let me give you a time check here. It's just about just after 2 a.m. and oh God, I can't even remember anything right now. It's just after 2 a.m. and we're coming up on 19 hours. Alright, grab the summit, and then it's Clay, and then Washington. Back up here on Mount Clay. It's just after 3:30. It's been 20 and a half hours. I'm feeling it. Just sitting here out of the wind. Nice big old rock here blocking the wind for me. A tough night so far. The visibility is low, so I'm just having to... I can't even wear my headlamp because then there's just too much glare from the fog. So I have to hold it and then hold it low and just go from cairn to cairn and not leave the visibility of one until I see another one. So that's been mentally exhausting, but also just very, very slow, and I'm worn out. My body's starting to give up a little bit. I think I might take a few minutes here and just kind of take a bit of a break. I haven't taken a break since I got off Madison, so it's 4:37. Starting to get some daylight. It's been 21 and a half hours. Slowly slogging my way up Washington here. Whew. Oh man. So yeah, I just summited Washington again. It's 4:55 a.m. and it's been 21 hours and 50 minutes. 50 minutes. I might take some time up here and just enjoy this. I mean, when do you get this mountain to yourself? Never. So this may very well be my last time on this mountain. I think I might kind of enjoy it a little bit. 6:15 a.m. It's been 23 hours and 8 minutes. Monroe, top of Monroe's right there. I'm just kind of crouched behind this rock to try to get out of the wind. Getting there. I was kind of falling asleep as I was walking before, which was really weird. You know when you're like driving and you're falling asleep at the wheel? Try falling asleep at your feet. Anyway, let's go. Ben Franklin, number 2. Okay, here's Eisenhower again. It's 7:38 a.m. It's been 24 hours and 32 minutes. Alright, here's Pierce Summit. Next is Jackson. Here's Jackson. Hopefully you can hear me. It's a little bit windy. I'm gonna go summit in a second. It's been 26 hours and 48 minutes, and it's 9:55. Oh man, I'm moving slow. I'm having a hard time. This is tough. I've had blood pee, straight up blood pee since last night, so it won't go away. Been trying to drink water, but I just got Webster left and then I'm done. Here's Webster. Last one. So I don't know if you could see the road in that last shot there. But that's where I gotta go down to. You're gonna cut that way. It's not a direct route, unfortunately. Let's do a time check. It's 10:44 and it's been yeah, my watch is all fogged up. It's hard to see. 27 hours, 37 minutes. I'm moving real slow. I think I got 3 miles left and I expect it to potentially take me 2 hours. I'm just moving so slow. Everything hurts. My feet are mangled, man. And I'm just so tired. I just want to go to sleep. But when I get to my car, I don't want to go to sleep. I want to drive home because I miss my family. So we'll see. See if I can load up on some coffee. Okay. One last move here. I can call this business done. I don't think there's going to be any running finish like my other ones. But I'm trying to finish as strong as I can. This is about how slow I've been moving. I'm just, man, I've never been this beat up before on a hike. I feel like an old man with a cane. Oh, just for the sake of, the fact that it wouldn't be a true Halstead double without a jog to the finish line. Jogging like the last 100 feet here. Ow! Everything hurts. I don't even know if this is considered a jog. Okay. Well, that's all she wrote. The presidential double traverse is done. And I stopped the clock at 29 hours, 25 minutes. It's about 12:30. Long one. So, yeah, probably the hardest of the three that I've done, I think, for sure. So here's the deal. I'm gonna let my wife know that I made it. I gotta go charge my phone. Let the people on the Facebook event know that I made it. Do some first aid on my feet and hop in the car and hit the road and see if I can stay awake for the next 4 hours because I want to get home to my family. So I'll jump to the trip report here and we can go over a couple things. Okay, time for the trip report. It's been a few weeks. It's actually July 27th today. It's been kind of busy around here. Finally getting a chance to sit down and finish this video out, doing some calculations here. Based off of my AMC White Mountain Guide maps, I came up with 45 miles. Elevation profile was a little bit trickier to figure out, and this is just an estimate, but Wikipedia lists the basic traverse at around 18,000 feet of gain-loss, and that doesn't include Webster, Jackson, Franklin, or Clay, which I did include, and they have that coming in at 20,082 feet of gain-loss. So I also added John Quincy Adams, which isn't included in that 20,000. And I was looking at the map. I estimate about 300 feet of gain loss to add John Quincy Adams. So when you add that 300 feet to the total, you get 20,382. And then you multiply that by 2 because it's a double. You get 40,764 feet. So that's the figure I'll go with. 40,764 feet of elevation gain and loss, which is a lot, which is not surprising that this one was harder. You know, I thought it was going to be a little bit easier than it was just because it's not as rugged as the Great Range. If you saw my Great Range video when I was in this room talking about the presidential, I was like, oh, you know, it's not going to be as hard. I think I got it. But man, it was tough. I think a big part of it was the conditions I was doing it in, having to travel from Colorado and you know, flying all day and being a little bit jet lagged, and then landing in Albany and having to drive to New Hampshire and then sleep in the car and hike. Definitely not ideal conditions. I probably could have done it a little bit faster than the 29.5 hours if I hadn't had to deal with that. But you know, you gotta just do what you gotta do. Also, the weather coming in on me definitely slowed me down. I was kind of wandering around Adams for quite a long time. But all in all, a great project. I'm glad it's over, these 3 doubles. And the best part is that we raised over $1,000 for Taylor's fund. The GoFundMe takes some of that to use their system. So we raised $1,200, and I was able to keep just over $1,100, which I think is pretty reasonable. If you want, the GoFundMe is still active. If you want to go to gofundme.com/hikefortaylor and throw a little bit more money Taylor's way for his school, that would be awesome. Or share this video with someone who you know, might think that this is interesting and might want to help us out a little bit. Anything you can do is much appreciated. So now that I've done a double presidential traverse and a double traverse of the Great Range and a double traverse of the Devil's Path and the Catskills, I can leave the Northeast feeling pretty satisfied with what I was able to do this summer, and I look forward to those big 14ers in Colorado waiting for me. And I just want to thank everyone one more time for all of your support during this, starting from last fall all the way until now. It's been quite a ride, and I almost want to go out there and try one of these again and see if I can beat my time, but I won't be doing that. And I don't know if I'll be doing any crazy hikes anytime soon, but who knows, maybe I'll get some crackpot idea over the winter. Alright, thanks again everybody. Bye.